It's not Jim Carey who can walk down the street just doing anything he wants to and get away with it because nobody knows you. After a while, hopefully it'll be to the point where I can't walk out in the street. Won't that be funny? where it'll be impossible to walk anywhere without being recognized.
When you create yourself to make it, you're going to have to either let that creation go and take a chance on being loved or hated for who you really are, or you're going to have to kill who you really are and fall into your grave grasping onto a character that you never were. I saw this psychic palm reader son, and she gave me a reading, and she said, "You're about to do 3 things, 3 movies that will be very, very, very big and very important, and after that, it will be impossible for anyone to knock you down from that place." I worked in factories. I had a 9th grade education. It's a series of crushing disappointments, and I just go into a different gear. I go into, don't know how it's going to write itself, but it will. I don't know how. I mean, I'm the guy who wrote the $10 million check to himself and had it come to fruition. I'm the guy who had the substitute teacher in grade 2 who said that, whenever I want something, I pray to the Virgin Mary and I ask her for it and promise something in return, and I get whatever I want.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years.
My dad could never afford a bicycle, so I went home and I prayed for a bicycle and promised I'd say the roses in return, and I got a bicycle. Showed up in my living room, brand new Mustang bike. I put it in one of the scenes in Eternal Sunshine. The Mustang bike with a banana seat.
Just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million.
So you visualized?
From then on, it was whenever I wanted something to happen, I manifested it. I stood there in an open field like this, with my arms out.
Can you tell me about your dad?
My father was not only the funniest man in the room, but he was a fantastic saxophone player. And before I was born, he had an orchestra in Toronto. But, in order to be something special, you had to leave Canada and come down to the States and prove yourself in the States. He was a little bit afraid of that transition, and also he had a family to take care of, so he became an accountant. And as time wore on, it wore him down, it wore him down, and he got a little bit bitter, especially when he lost his job when he was 51. That really broke him. Not only was he compromising to raise a family, but when you compromise and you fail, it really hurts. It hurts even more than failing at what you love. So that was an example for me.
And a lot of people don't know this, but when I was about 14 or 15, my father lost his job, and I actually became homeless for quite some time. Of course, I grew up in Canada, so I thought we had just gone camping, But,
I learned that you can fail at what you don't love, so you might as well do what you love. There's really no choice to be made.